Hey guys, I am back and very excited for tomorrow's debate. Don't miss it. I think it's at 5 p.m. Pacific time on ABC. But anyway, super excited. I just wanted to go through with you guys like some of the interesting things that I've seen today and yesterday. Basically, my point with all of this stuff, because there's a lot going on today. But here's the thing. There's that much stuff going on in the media today with Andrew Yang because we have been really going hard on Twitter, on social media. We have really, magnified our voices in the past few days. So thank you, MSNBC, for that. Thank you, all of the media who have been basically trying to take him down because you only motivate us that much more. And Andrew Yang, he keeps on gaining more and more momentum. The first thing I want to share with you is the latest poll from New Hampshire showing Yang at 5% and at polling fifth. Amazing. Ahead of Buttigieg again. But look, Kamala, 6%, Yang, 5%. And I honestly think this poll, it actually means that he's even higher than that because we know how polls go down. So this is incredibly encouraging. Also, there was a great little piece done by NBC News. Surprise, surprise. It's working, guys. It is working. They're listening to us. So anyway, they did this nice little article on him. Is Andrew Yang ready for prime time? And it actually, interviews an 81-year-old in New Hampshire, a retiree. They're saying that, Bishop said he's an intellectual. He's not a politician. He has fantastic insight into how to solve today and tomorrow's problems. He's the best out there to me, hands down. Wow. What an amazing, amazing endorsement, right? That was published in this article. And then, of course, Washington Examiner with the Kamala Harris banner. That is just so freaking obvious. Surprise, surprise, they come out with another one. You're getting pounded by Andrew Yang. Morning Joe mocks Trump approval rating. What an interesting way to frame this. Comparing him against Trump, inherently that disses Trump. What kind of framing is this, Washington Examiner? You're so clearly funded by Harris, and that just makes me actually dislike Harris more. And also, the journalistic integrity of whatever this is just ridiculous. MSNBC, Morning Joe. By the way, he did even interview Andrew Yang. It was a pathetic, boring interview, but he interviewed him. And this is what he had to say about Andrew Yang. No offense, Morning Joe, but you need an extra cup of coffee because you are really boring. Anyway, this is what he said.
But will not be a strong general election candidate. And here you see even Andrew Yang.
Andrew Yang.
Donald Trump. Hey, Donald Trump, you're getting pounded by Andrew Yang. He's promising to give people whatever they want, and you're losing to him. You want $5,000? Okay, I get you $5,000. You want $10,000? Sure, no sweat, baby. You're losing to him. But you go down to Elizabeth Warren, person that most Democratic.
Okay, I mean, what a freaking phony, fuddy-duddy guy. I mean, you had him on your show, Mr. Joe. All right. No one gives a crap, though, what you think. Let's be real about that. All right. So this is just another example of how powerful our voices are. Hashtag Yang beats Trump. Newsweek did an article on this. They covered hashtag Yang beats Trump trends after poll shows Trump trailing Yang by 8 points in New Hampshire. So this is pretty cool that they covered this. And they featured some of our favorite YangGang, Tyrene, there we go, Angelo, David, Graz, Andrew Yang fan page, Eric Quach, all you guys were featured, Juanito, so that was pretty cool. Obviously what we do online is being paid attention to. We just need to play it smart. All right, and then this little poll right here. This has been going around. There's only, by the time I publish this, it might be already finished. But Yang is ahead 51-49, Yang versus Trump. And this has gotten already over 92,000, almost 93,000 votes. That is more than the other Trump versus Yang online poll. And that is freaking significant, okay? That is huge. I mean, so, and this is again by another Trump supporter. If you libs really think Yang beats Trump, let's have a poll. May the best man win. The best man is gonna win. He's winning. So there we go. Another thing that is so awesome. And you know, obviously this is because we made it happen. Trevor Noah last night, he actually covered the fact that Andrew Yang is getting no coverage in the media. And I'm sure all of you guys saw this, but I just couldn't help but laugh at this part of the show.
Tom Cruise. My flagship proposal, the Freedom Dividend, would put $1,000 a month into the hands of every American adult, be a game changer for millions of American families. I don't know why he flew Spirit Airlines. Anyway.
That was freaking hilarious when I first saw that. It's amazing. So thank you, Trevor Noah, for covering that. So yeah, so ABC, they did this article where they are looking at the poll, you know, how Trump stacks up against some of the other Democratic candidates. And look at this. They totally leave him out, even though he should be right under Biden. They're totally leaving him out. Like, what in the heck is going on here? Okay. It's absolutely ridiculous, and obviously it's incredibly intentional, and you guys know it's intentional. And now I have this new theory, and a lot of you guys have this theory as well, which is that they are doing it on purpose to try and get attention from YangGang. They actually now are like trying to outdo each other. How much can we really spike our ratings if we leave out Andrew Yang? You know, they're all trying to outdo each other. So you know what though, ABC, I don't really know if this is going to work too well. I mean, we're probably going to call attention to it, or a lot of you have, but there's going to be a lot of positive coverage about him. So we don't need to pay you as much mind. All right. Kind of pathetic attempt. Jay De La Rosa on Twitter, he revealed something super cool about the possibility of Andrew Yang coming back on The View, and he revealed some behind the scenes sort of news for you guys. And so if you haven't seen it, I'm just going to play a little bit of the interesting part where he talks about how Whoopi Goldberg and Meghan McCain, I know, surprise, surprise, they actually want Andrew Yang back on the show. So let me play this for you.
Guys too, and I'm like, yo, you should totally have Andrew Yang back on your show. Like, you should invite him back. And she straight up tells me, she's like, oh, I'm not involved with the invitations, but we would love to have him back. And then I was like, yeah, like, his idea is great. And she started, you know how she is. Like, she started going off on the idea again. She was like, I just think it's a great idea, and it's confusing to me why the other candidates haven't taken this up.
Yep.
Like, she was genuinely like a bit disheartened because the other candidates weren't taking this idea. And I was obviously, you know, as a member of the YangGang, we know that at this point, candidates that aren't seriously considering adding universal basic income to their platform when there is a huge opportunity to do this, it's very disingenuous and kind of, there's something up. And Meghan McCain is like she goes, she was like, yeah, we should have Yang back on the show. Like, I have a friend that's, you know, like huge, like he should be president of the YangGang, as she always says. And he's been telling me that, like, you know, Yang is doing great, like he's growing. And then she told everybody in the audience, she was like, and a recent poll came out that showed that Yang was up 8 points in a head-to-head battle with Trump. So, like, yeah, go YangGang. And like, there was like 8 of us in the first row that all were kind of YangGang. So she was basically saying, like, she was talking to this producer and kind of advocating to have him back on the show and using us as like her rationale for having him back on the show. Like, look, there's people that support him.
So expect to see Andrew Yang on The View again pretty soon. I am sure this is going to happen within the next couple of weeks after the debates, especially if he crushes it, which he will crush it. So I thought that was super cool. Let's see. And then also this was posted by YangGang Math. And I thought this was an interesting graph just to remind you guys that he is still experiencing the Yang momentum. And if you look toward the end of the curve, it's getting a little exponentially looking. So that is very, very encouraging. So basically, there's a lot of stuff going on. Andrew Yang is getting a lot of attention, and that's because of us. You know, I was saying, like, they're trying to wear us out and everything, but you know what? It paid off. So, you know, I know that you guys have a lot of energy and you know how to keep it up, but just make sure that you don't fizzle out. That's all I'm trying to say, because we're going to need that energy at very critical moments. Obviously, we're going to bring it tomorrow for sure. I am working on getting some interviews together for you guys with some of the early primary organizers in those early primary states, and seeing like how we can amplify their voices, you know, how we can really take the strategies up a notch in their areas to get more exposure, because he is going to need some big numbers in those early primary states. He's just going to, in order for him to win this. Another important thing that I wanted to share with you guys is this was pointed out to me as well. Look, this was on Reddit. Yang would win the election if every YangGang member just got their family to also support Yang. I did the math, and we can win by parent banking alone. Okay? So Yang polls 18% among people aged 18 to 24. By contrast, Yang only polls 1% among people over the age of 34. What does this tell us? It means that almost every YangGang member is one of the youngest people in their family, and that they almost all have at least 2 non-Yangster parents and 4 non-Yangster grandparents. Okay, so this is cool. Whoever posted this, Zen Master Rob. Yes, right? So we tend to forget about the people within our own households. And like I said before, I mean, my dad, I think he was pretty YangGang, although he just thought that it would be a very, very long shot for Yang. But I think he's pretty much YangGang now. My sister, and I think her boyfriend are, you know, my other sister, she should be, I think she is, and she is going to vote in the primaries. And then, yeah, I mean, I think my mom has also come around. You know, it took a little bit of time, but she has come around. So we need to make sure that the people closest to us, the people we can actually influence the most, come around to being YangGang. You know, it might be like kind of a slow move, right? Because sometimes like the people who are closest to you resist the most in the strangest of ways. But even if it's a long game, it's a long game worth playing. So we need to make sure not to forget the people in our lives. Also, this, okay, so Sam Stein, Daily Beast, MSNBC newsletter. So he tweeted this: Andrew Yang's campaign manager just called to tell me that at tomorrow night's debate, Yang will be doing something no presidential candidate has ever done before in history. He declined to go further than that. Wow. Now that is mysterious. So we're all wondering, like, what is this thing, right? What is this thing? So some people have commented they think that he's going to get his wife, Evelyn, out in the audience and like maybe point to her or something, or she's going to, I don't know. Maybe it does actually have to do with his wife, because he did mention in New Hampshire that he is bringing out the secret weapon at some point soon, his wife, and everyone's going to want her as a first lady. So maybe that's it. Maybe it's going to be his crazy wardrobe change. Maybe he's going to change wardrobes in the middle of the debate, you know, when they get their makeup done. I don't know what it is. I think it does have something to do with something like that, as opposed to necessarily anything he says. I think it is going to be something like physical, if that makes sense. But I would love to know your guys' thoughts on what this is going to be. I am so freaking excited. I do think he needs to just make a huge splash, and you know that media is going to eat that up, and that's the game he needs to play. Even if it alienates some people, it still gets his name out there. It still makes people curious, you know? For every person that you alienate, you're going to get at least 5 people who are going to be curious about you. So I think that is the game that he is going to play. He is playing, and that's what's going to happen. But I don't know exactly what it's going to be. So that's going to be super exciting. I heard that all of us tomorrow are going to be donating to his campaign $20.20, 2020. So if you can spare that, get on that. Also, hashtag #MyYangStory is popping off at noon Eastern tomorrow. That's where you post a video of yourself talking about why you joined the YangGang, like who you are and your favorite policies of his. So that's noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. So get on that on your social media. Please also share that on Facebook because those are with like your friends and family. I'm going to do that. I don't really go on Facebook that much anymore, but still going to do that. Hashtag I support Yang. That's going to pop off after 6 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so after 3 p.m. Pacific time. And then during the debates, we are all going hard at hashtag Trump fears Yang. Every time he lands a zinger or whatever, just keep tweeting that. We're going to get that trending hard, okay? And hopefully the media is going to pick up on that again and they are going to cover it. So get on that. Yeah, I am just so excited with you guys to see what happens. I think his numbers are just going to soar after this debate if he really makes a big splash and he goes for it. And I think he is going to. What would you look forward to seeing him do the most? I would love to know. Comment in the comment section below what you would love to see him do. Not even just strategically, but what you would just love to see him say up on the debate stage or do or wear. Yeah, I mean, there's so many other things going on right now. I just couldn't cover all of them because there's so much. My point to you guys is that it's obviously a mixed bag. There's going to be some negative with the positive because some of the negative people, they just want to get more attention, right? Obviously, we're seeing that whenever something happens that's negative to his campaign, we all flock to it. I don't think we need to take the bait with every single negative piece of coverage because we're actually just enhancing. We're encouraging them to do it more because it gives them more attention, it gives them more views. So let's not encourage that. If it's a big slip up, MSNBC, NBC, ABC, one of those bigger networks, I think it's worth doing. But when it comes to the smaller outlets that no one really pays much attention to, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth spending time on that versus worth spending time on all the positive coverage that he's getting and helping to channel, viewership and audience over to the positive things that are being covered about him. All right, guys, that is all I have for you right now. I am super excited again, but I will see you guys later. I'll see you guys tomorrow. So excited. All right, take care of yourselves. See you soon.